And we're live. Okay. That took me a second. Apologies for being like 15 minutes late. I had to write an email pertaining to my my current MS advising situation. This is day 207 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Last time we finished debugging stuff and fought CMake for like an hour before just giving up on the install thing. It turns out my WSL install just doesn't have an LD library path for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, so that was very annoying to deal with. I ended up not dealing with it and just kicking the can down the road. So we're just gonna use the build directory and call it a day. Yeah, so that's what we did last time. This time I don't even know what I want to do. I think like the whole CMake situation has me a little bit winded. I don't want to try and figure out WSL stuff or like dev environment stuff. I just want to write code. What's up, Lane? Good to see you. What I'll probably do is just continue the big rewrite process. Whether that be like cleaning up code files, or like fixing these things. I think we did these already, so that's fine. I'll check that in a second. I'm fairly sure I did though, given the tests run in some capacity. But yeah, I think we're just gonna continue the rewrite, I guess. That's kind of probably a good place to be at. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah. All right, so git log. Yeah, we kind of nuked HIR for the most part. And then if we make build, actually let's change the make file real quick to reflect all of this stuff. So it's just build, and then it's just build actually. And then we can make test as well, I guess. Yeah, it's so annoying. Yeah, while we check if these tests still run, it's gonna fail a lot of them, but that's fine. Looking back over 200 days, what do you find has been easier, and what do you think has been harder than you thought? Honestly, I think learning the theory I thought would be harder, or like the hardest part of it, because I've had like little to no exposure to it. I think the hardest part has just been like dealing with like random glue work, like, or I guess like tying different pieces together, whether it's like dealing with dev environment stuff like this whole CMake fiasco, or like trying to figure out how to use like command line functions in like C++, or like calling them from C++. I think that's been like at least the most instructive / difficult part. But like implementing stuff is like surprisingly easy. You just read the thing and then like life is good. Yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of it, at least. Trying to think if there's anything else big. Architecting things in general from scratch has been harder than I thought it would be. I thought it had like a pretty reasonable idea of how things fit together, but there's just like a lot of like small considerations that are really easy to overlook. And also just like dealing with like real constraints that go beyond like just a classroom simplified sort of environment, I think has taught me a lot, because the C language is very expansive and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I think that's a pretty comprehensive answer overall. Yeah, these tests run really slowly now. I'm not sure why. That has me a little concerned though. I think parsing is really slow now because we added another layer for expers, and everything necessarily goes through expers now. And that's like unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, well, we'll give this a second. It's still running. I need to figure out why the parser is so slow now. Or like, I know why. I need to figure out how to make it faster. Actually, let's throw it in an LLM and see what happens. Let's pull up Claude. Yeah. Source, front end parser, and then let's go to expr, or this file. How can I make this faster? Pectal parser logic faster. Yeah, okay. This is necessarily very awful. Wait, what? Oh, wait, that makes sense actually. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I should do it like that, maybe. Wait. Left. I forget what left versus right recursion is, or at least what defines them. Syncing theory would be hard. Yeah, I think like the theory is like honestly not that bad. Like it's surprisingly fine. What is happening here? The assignment fix alone. I see. So that's this thing. Yeah, I would like to speed this up at least. Because what we have here is terrible. Like truly, truly terrible. Oh, I see. That actually makes so much sense. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we should definitely do it like that. Okay, yeah, let's figure out how we can rewrite this. We always parse in expr 10, so we should figure out the expr 10. Let's just give it the whole file. Note that there are actions attached. How do I do the expr 10 stuff around that? Actually, that's a stupid question. I can make this work. Back to CMake? Of course. I'm always in CMake hell. Okay, we're gonna simplify this down a little bit. So let's yoink this. But yeah, I'm taking a pause from the CMake stuff. I'm way too tired of dealing with it right now. Yeah, so let's paste this here. So this is just gonna be, I guess this is just equals then? Oh, I want extra brace. Okay, so we're just gonna do it like this at least. Right? Am I doing this correctly? Yeah, we should. Do I even want to do like a pectal try around that? Let's close out of Claude. I don't want to stare more at that. No, we don't want these to have pectal try wrapped. Yeah, we just want this to be raw like that. So then that can actually just be like this, I think. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm very tired of dealing with CMake. We're just kicking the can down the road for now. And by kicking the can down the road, I mean struggling to type, I guess. Okay, we can do left shift. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So this should be what? Less, and then less. Yeah, typing is hard. Typing is very difficult. Okay, we can do that. The only problem is this way we need to keep a temporary somewhere, which is like fine. I just wish there was a better way to do it, unfortunately, I guess. And this should be ampersand equals. Like that. Or wait, I need an equals here as well. Whoops. There we go. The new C++ movie documentary? Yeah, I saw. It seems like it's gonna be something. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Working with Rust has given me perspective on building and linking code. Yeah, it's so much nicer when there's a proper ecosystem built around it. That is something I dislike about C++ a lot. And there are like ways around it, obviously, but it's just very hacky at least, and it's not very fun. What's up, Panda? I hope you have a great fight. Hey, thank you. It's going all right. Yeah, it's going all right. I can't really say that it's much more than that. I'm going to coding bootcamp this week. Any recommendations? Not really, to be honest. I think the whole point of that's supposed to be kind of self-contained, right? So it is just like what you get out of it at that point. What's up, Nahomes? Okay. We're gonna need to change these things down here, I believe. These assignments. The question is, how do I nest this properly? I think I need to make a stack technically, which really sucks. I don't want to make a stack. I really don't want to. Yeah, we don't need to deal with this like pop expert stuff, luckily. I think we can just like directly make a stack somewhere. Parse tokens, and then we have yeah, what do we even do with this? Maybe we could do the same thing everywhere else here as well? And that might also help clean things up? I don't know. Yeah, let's just externs, we'll just yoink this. This is a vector of binary op. Parsed assign ops. I don't know, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, let's go here. We can do that. I don't think we need to do that much more here. I guess we could make a little helper. It doesn't really hurt. it cleans up our code at least. Binary or pop assign op. There's the uppercase key. Auto op equals parsed binary or parsed assign ops back. Parsed assign ops. We pop back and then turn op. Did I need to write this? Probably not. Did it hurt? Also probably not. Okay, so then we need to make a what do we call this? Struct. We'll call it assignment, or I guess assign any, or any assign. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And then we can yoink. Let's just yoink that for a second. Or actually no, let's start with this as our template. Or our template. And then instead of equals here, pectoral s or, and then we need to put that whole list in here. So let's just yoink that. Like that. Jesus Christ, that's ugly. But yeah, that looks more correct. And then what we can do is, instead of this, we can just do any assign. How hard, or let me finish this up and then I will formally respond to chat. Actually, these are necessarily exclusive with each other. I don't need to pectoral try these, I think. Right? Yeah, these necessarily are not that messy, I'm fairly sure. Oh, what the hell. I guess this is probably fine because these are like close to atomic. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing that. Yes, I could macro this, but whatever. We're just gonna deal with it. That was stupid. Why did I do this? I guess if it mutates state, then like I necessarily should do this safely. Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick. It's going to be a lot past. I mean, you say fast-paced. That doesn't really say a lot about what you'll be learning there, but I imagine there's like some reasoning or something interesting there. I'm finding myself today. My friend has an enum for binary ops, and then yeah, like it's very easy to just like duplicate stuff. It's up to you. I think there's like some reason to do that. I think decoupling might make sense in some scenarios, like if some binary ops you just don't, or you like turn into a combination of other operations at some other point, for instance. I think there might be like a legitimate reason for that. But yeah, it definitely feels a little bit funny to do. What's up, Plant Hub? How hard were C macros? If you mean learning about them, it's kind of like a one and done. I feel like it wasn't that bad. Implementing it's been really annoying, at least, because I have to like, the preprocessor is like a whole nother parser pretty much. What's up, Rish? Good to see you. Okay, so that's any assign. And then this makes sense. Okay. Is there an instance where this wouldn't need the try wrapping? I can't like necessarily prove it, but okay. Let's yoink all of this. Let's make any assign. Any assign. We have right, left. Expert is we want, what is it called? Parsed assign ops. Or wait, git pop assign op. There we go. So we can do that. Yeah, so we have that, and now we just replace all of these bodies real quick. So we want parse assign ops be pushed back. So we can do that, and then we can delete that. This should be or assign, which is really funny. Wait, can I just do that? Yeah, there we go. Wait, there we go. Okay, figured it out. Okay, so we can do that. Where am I? Yeah, there has to be a faster way to do this. Let's try to automate this a little bit more. Okay, so we want, start at the top here. Let's go down here. Let's paste the line and go here. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do that. Let's yank that word and then we paste and then delete, and then we go down here. So now we forget to yank. All right, let's try that again. So let's go up here. Let's go down here, we paste. Let's yank word. And then we go down. Oh, come on. Okay. This is recording macros is so stressful because like you mess up once and you have to redo it. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Start macro, yank down here, paste. Yank that. Then we go down. Oh wait, no, we need to delete the body. Yippee! Okay, we figured it out. All of that to save like a couple keystrokes in approximately equivalent time. Anyway, I think that's all of that, which is good. Let's see if this all works now. Yeah, like it does feel really awkward, but I promise it's a sane design choice for you at least. Okay, let's see how slow the tests are now. Much faster. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness we figured that out. Hmm. Okay, it's still taking a while on many reg, but that's always many reg, I guess. Yeah. We'll let this run its course. I'm not sure why this is taking as long as it is. Everything appears to be much faster though, which is very good. I still don't think it should be this slow, but I think that's more optimization I need to do at some point. Okay. Let's just add makefile first. Let's just hide install. Okay. Much better. Okay, we need to figure out tests now. I think there was an issue with running this. I do not remember what it was. Out of range. Why the fuck is there an out of range? For the if test. What? If? Okay. Well, that's something we can work with at least. I'm not sure why that's failing. That's very odd. Actually, if. So what is out of ranging? So it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Okay, we found it. So this is breaking. Why is that breaking? Okay, let's figure this out. Function definition, resolve edges. Huh? Wait, what? Binary search, that's so real. What's up, Shaman? Yeah, I wish it sorted. Wait, not even sort. I actually could have. Oh my god, okay, all good, all good. All good. If it wasn't obvious, I have not thought about algorithms very, very efficiently as of recent. Okay. I'm man, I feel really stupid for not having binary searched that. That's very unfortunate. That's okay, all good. Let's see. So let's split this so we can keep this here. I think here 142. Wait, why is that happening? I guess we have. We might have like dead blocks actually. That might be what's happening. Yeah, the return inside is causing problems actually. I'm fairly sure. We were having this before with like handling the main, I believe. So then Or like a basic block doesn't exist somewhere, at least. Yeah, this is very odd. This is very odd to figure out. What happens if I just... What happens if I just braces operator this instead? What could go wrong? Okay, so it still crashes, at least. Or yeah, of course. It's gonna be a null pointer if I do that. That's just not gonna work. Like, that is just not gonna work. Yeah. It's just we're using a null pointer. Okay, so that poses a problem. Yeah, that super poses a problem, actually. So, yeah, that's actually very awkward. How do I resolve this? Because like when we had like labels, we could abstract it down a little bit easier, but here we are in trouble again. So, we're looking at the if statement, I believe. It's very convenient this all fits on one screen nicely, actually. I think the problem is... I think one of these, at least. Yeah. One of these is causing a problem. Maybe how do we debug this? Let's Can we do like let's just like I'll just do that. What is this? Let's try to print it at least. How the hell do I print this again? Oh, we need to... God damn it. Okay. Well, that's really annoying. Ah. How the hell do I... What is this, like, numbering thing again? I forget what I was doing here. Is this just middle end? Yeah, okay, it's just middle end. So we want that. How the hell did I make this again? How the fuck? Okay, this has to exist somewhere. I don't... Is it in like the past infrastructure? We definitely had a help. We definitely had a helper here. We had a helper. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Oh, we just did that. Wait, what the no, that's what we're at right now. I'm losing it. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we did that. What's up Momo? Good to see you. I'm struggling to print things right now and struggling to debug things. Maybe I need to make. Do I need to like make unique this? I definitely did something here. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this takes a putter. Yeah, okay, you know what? All good. This is going great. We'll just do that. Right, that works. No. Why doesn't that work? Oh, I need to import it. Analysis number IR. There we go. Okay, we figured it out. Where did it go? Here we are. What are we running this on again? How do we do that? Well, this is not going great. Yeah, I mean, it's like, someone joked that this is like very organic code. Or like GMO-free code. Okay, this is just not gonna print. This is fine. We'll just deal with it. Yeah, we're just not gonna print, and that's gonna be fine. What do we even do here, at least? Like, printing out the pointer is not gonna do anything. Or at least not do anything useful. Yeah, this is rough. This is very rough. So the problem right now is we've got this, and it's something here is breaking this because we have a null, or we're trying to get an edge that isn't registered somehow, which is really odd. That should not be happening, at least. Wait, yeah, how is this happening? That means I'm like, maybe that means our if is just wrong. Or we're just forgetting to register it somewhere. Right? This should be correct, at least. At least if I've reasoned about it. Do you have debugger set up? Yes, but I'm lazy and I don't think it would really give me info about the structure, which is what I'm looking for. Yeah, the thing I'm confused about is what the structure is looking like that's causing something to go wrong. But it turns out when you don't give things names, it's really hard to print them. So that's created a bit of a problem for me. Yeah, so this is a branch. So it necessarily is either this or no, it can't be that. So it's either one of these two. What's up, Sloppy? Things are going all right. I don't think they're going more than all right, but they're going all right. Okay, so it's either one. I think it's. Let's make this 0. And then we can figure out which one it is. If this works when it's 0, then we know it's that one. Because 0 is 100% registered. Okay, so. What if we make this one 0? Or I need to rebuild it. Got my ass whooped in the CS line game? Unlucky. It happens. Okay, so this works. So this is the one that's causing problems. Which is strange. Why is that causing problems? Wait, unless it's both of them? Okay, it is both of them then. Interesting. So why doesn't the next block oh. Okay, that makes sense why the next block doesn't exist actually. Yeah, okay. So what's going wrong? Do we just generate the block anyways? Yeah, okay. What's happening is we're going to the fall through block here. But both of these are returns, so there is no fall through block. Yeah, because the next stuff is empty, so we just have a pointer, I guess, dangling at least. Yeah, what do we do with this? Does even though it's 2814? Damn. Or I guess it's not like explicitly I should clarify. It's not like a dangling pointer in like an explicit sense, but like we're pointing to something that doesn't exist, I guess. So like in a sense that like this ID is like a dangling ID, I guess. I don't really know how else to describe it. Yeah, I forget if we always made this at least. Let's actually check. I think we did. Right? What happens if we just always make it? Yeah, we'll just try that. I think that should clean up that should clean this up at least. Yeah, okay. Make test. I think this will blow up even more tests, but I think our simplify CFG pass will clean this up at least, because that is necessarily an orphaned block. Also, most of these were like failing anyway, so like this changes almost nothing. Jesus Christ. Like, are we serious here? Like, really? While this runs, I'm gonna get water real quick. I'll keep the camera on, but I'll mute real quick. Okay, just in time. Stay hydrated. Drinking water is good. Drinking water is very good for you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it fails that many tests. That makes sense, actually. Let's just regenerate the tests and then look over them and call it a day. But yeah, it doesn't fail on if anymore, which is good. Yeah, this will take a second. 1.5 gallons of milk a week. That is insane. that is. I can't see I physically can drink that much. Okay, we're still modifying tests. While we're at it. What did we change here? Let's just do this so y'all can read this. What did we change in the if test? Always close block to handle empty but non-return continuation of if. Yeah, okay. Now this should pass all tests because we've changed all tests. Very sillily. What's up, Andy? What kind of career are you interested in? I've been mostly looking towards quant, but the more I think about it, the more I feel like I want to end up in, like, I guess big tech for, like, compilers or, like, programming languages specifically. Yeah, or, like, NVIDIA would be, like, a really cool place to end up. NVIDIA or, like, Apple are probably the big two companies. Yeah. Yeah, these are, like, necessarily regression tests. So, like, they are supposed to, like, change, at least. A farm? That sounds very peaceful, actually. I would be down for that. I think that would also be a nice place to be. Yeah, I was talking with a friend about this earlier, actually. Apple Cling is just, like, behind feature-wise, and it would be cool to get it more up-to-date. Apple Neural Engine team is super grindy? Really? I guess it makes sense, but, like, I don't know, having the, whatchamacallit, having the integrated memory, or shared memory, whatever it's called, that seems very fun to play with. 6 p.m. on a Saturday, half my team was online. That's rough. Okay, we should look through these tests. Is this correct? Wait, what? Oh, I guess this makes sense, actually. We've just, like, reordered things a little, which is, like, fine. It's just really funny. What kinds of jobs can you get as a compiler engineer? This is gonna sound really stupid, but, like, compiler jobs. So, like, just anywhere that, like, needs new compiler support for, like, new architectures or, like, new programming languages are the big things. Or companies that, like, invest a lot in a specific languages ecosystem. Yeah, so, like, these are, like, very trivial changes. Yeah. We just, like, generate code a little bit differently, which is why we're having these, like, tiny changes. I'm like willing to wager that like these are largely correct though. It does help having this like colored diff to look at. Let's actually make this larger. Actually, no, I want to see more. I want to see more of the program. Let's do this size. This size is fine. What I'm curious about is fees and how those get generated. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I should also start generating these with new lines at the end, so like Cat doesn't get mad at me. Yeah, like sure, we're changing. Wait, actually, this is a substantial difference in some way. I think. What test is this? Call chain. Assembly. Why is this different? Okay, like what are we doing here though? Like what are we doing? Actually, what are we doing? Well, something's not adding up here, I think. Why is the... Oh, I see. We changed the way we do stack space. Yeah, okay, this makes complete sense, actually. This is perfectly fine. It might be cleaner, even, depending on who you ask. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to look at. Most of this is, like, very trivial, so I'm not that interested in that. Like, call chain I do not care about. So... expected... Let's see, what do we even want to check? I guess... What'd be interesting? Mem to reg. Okay. Branching. Yes, this is what I care about. Let's see if the fees changed. Where did the fees go? I guess we don't have any here? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe they just didn't change. I don't know. Let's just get diff grep fee. Well, that doesn't help me. Let's just look at a temp file. Also, we need to uncomment all of this. Yeah, we need to regenerate the if test. We have to stare at we have to stare at that. Do we have to stare at that? Let's just rerun. Yeah, it is scary to like it is scary to like see how farming turns out. Like it is just hard to be a small farmer, at least. It's very hard to outcompete large farms. Diff on results, yeah, that's the fun thing about like regression tests, and like that's why it's also really fun to look at like LLVM regression test changes, because you have to do like pre-commit tests, or you have to submit pre-commit tests. So then when you submit like the actual change, you also see the difference in the tests that it makes, and it's just like it's really cool. Yeah, okay, let's see. Passes everything. let's get rid of that. Let's send all of that over there again. Let's look at this. We've got 25,000 lines of diff. What's the recent change? I don't think so. I think it's been convention for a while at least. Okay, so that always stayed. It looks like we've just nuked a bunch of fees as well, which is really strange. Wow. Wait, what the hell happened here? What? Wait, what are we doing here? SSA 01 MIR. We should not have that label, I think. Something tells me I did something wrong here. Okay, let's... Let's look here again. What the fuck? Okay, wait. How the fuck did I get that? Okay, so we have that. Sure. We have that. Sure. Oh yeah, he 100% was asking for a pre-commit test, yeah. that is just like convention. But yeah, now you know, I guess. Okay, so what the hell happened here? We just lost a block somewhere, I guess. Which means we did something wrong here, I think. Yeah, that's not ideal. That's very not ideal. Alright. Alright, no, this is fine. This is fine. It's just the label is entry, I guess. This makes complete sense in like a very sick and twisted way, I think. Wait, but this is 01. This should not... Was that supposed to happen? I think it might, actually. Wait, no, lost copy, wait. Okay, so what is the diff in the 00 then? We have a new alloc. Huh. Did I like used to make an alloc block? Okay, let's see. This block is all the same, roughly. These look the same. And then these are supposed to look the same. We just store in a different place, I guess, which is fine. Then what the fuck? Okay, we just have that. Maybe that dead block kind of does a lot, actually. Maybe that's why things are like going really strangely. Yeah, if we could get rid of this dead block somehow, I think that would be ideal. Yeah, that's so annoying. Yeah, because if the body has a return... how do we figure out if control flow continues, I guess? Yeah, that's really annoying. That is very annoying. Yeah, what's happening is this block is getting obliterated, at least, and that's causing problems. I think, yeah. Fee. If we look for this again. How many of these exist? There should not be 20. I think 24 is the correct number. Or at least... Was this correct? What function is this in? Some return putter. Okay, I think that makes sense at least. We had a reason for that. Right? No, wait, no, this is... No. Okay, let's look for that. There we go. Okay, now we can figure out where things have gone wrong. Okay, so that is causing a lot of problems. This appears to be causing a lot of problems. Go figure. Okay, well... Let's think if there's a better way to solve this other than always closing the block. Maybe we could... There has to be a better way of closing it. I guess we could do like a closed unclosed thing. Yeah, we could try doing like a flag for that. That might be the play, because we kind of did that before. It's just like we didn't think we needed it again, I guess. Okay, yeah, so let's get lost and then figure out where we are. So we have block stuff. Let's do bool close or new block. And we need to update the constructor. So this would be before ID. Yeah, so we can do that. Yeah, I wish I could chime in on this bees conversation. Bees seem really cool. I've had like bad experiences getting stung before, but I'm like slowly relearning that they're not scary. So if not new block, then we can do this. Is there ever a world where we have this and... Oh, yeah. I guess. Actually, yeah, this is fine. I guess start. Let's name it that instead. So this is the start of a block. So if it's main and I guess. If it's main and either there are no blocks or yeah, because we need something there. And then or there are instructions. Or I guess maybe instead of this we can do not start basic block. Right? Wait. I think that's correct logic. We'll find out the hard way. How the hell do we do this? Okay, let's do start basic block equals true. And then I guess we could set it to false here? I don't know. I don't know. This is such a stupid way of doing this. I should not encode it like this. I should not do this. I should not. I don't think I should do this like start basic block thing. I just need better logic for like this if continuation thing, as well as the while, I think. Yeah, actually, I don't think there's a good way of doing this. Fuck. Okay. Let's undo all of that, I think. Let's add all the tests real quick. Or should we? I don't think we should. I don't think we should yet. I don't feel confident about it. Maybe we should change the way we connect our blocks then, and just handle that case separately. We could just make it point to itself if there is no block. That could be interesting. Yeah, let's try that out. I'm a little bit curious what that would look like. Yeah, so let's do this. And then we can do basic block. Let's just make it point to itself if it fails. Right, because that means there is no next edge, right? Or we could just make the block here. Actually, yeah, we should... Yeah, we should do it like this. So we should make basic block. Yeah, so we should copy all the stuff in return. We should probably just like stick an implicit return on maybe. Or just like a branch to the implicit return. Actually, yeah, that is a good question. Require non-void to return a value. Da, da, da. Okay, so it's just UB, right? Okay, sure. That makes enough sense, I guess. We can just jump, I guess. Yeah, so we'll just make this branch. We'll just do that. We'll just do that. Okay, so when we make a block, I think that should clean everything all up nicely. Right? Do we make the return block first? When do we make the return block again? Yeah, so we make the return block, but that's necessarily 0. So then we do that. So that should be fine then. Right? So we do that. And then yeah, that should be fine. And then make test. Let's see what diffs we get here actually. Test, regression tests. Oh, just seg faults. Okay. That's very different. Why the fuck does that seg fault now? Let's do source. Yeah. I'm surprised the B conversation has gone this long. I'm actually like learning a lot just by reading this. Okay. File grind. Solve basic block. $150. Oh, we need to... Oh, right, we can't do this. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous, actually. Because we're invalidating an iterator. So we actually can't do this. Actually, no, we're not invalidating it. Right? Because this is a list, so we're actually fine. We're just barely getting away with it. But yeah, we don't actually update successor yet. So successor equals... What happens if we just do this as well? But let's see if this works. This is good. This is like really ugly code, but hopefully this doesn't crash. Okay, well it works. That's really funny. Okay. As long as none of these like seg fault, we will be fine. It seems like we've gotten past that point though. So let's just test regression generate. Regression tests again. In the meantime, let's see if we can make this less ugly. Stupid logic for continuing if without or for continuation or const block not existing. Yeah, we'll just do that, I guess. Best damn program, true. Ah. All right, there we go. And now if we diff test, let's send that to get diff test. Now we look at temp. Fee. What the fuck? Okay, so I think this is fine at least. Is this fine? I don't think this is fine. I think we're still running into the same problem. 1844. Oh fuck. That's really bad. That is actually incredibly bad. Okay, so we have changed nothing is what I'm getting from this. Wow, that's really not ideal. Huh. Yeah, this makes such a mess. I'm not happy with this. Like, this is just a different program, it feels like. I guess not really. How the fuck do I even prove like correctness here when we've like rewritten so much of this? 24 stack bytes. I don't know where the extra came from. Looks like we deleted something somewhere. That looks correct enough at a glance. Yeah, like this looks very wrong. I feel like this has to be very wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of fried. We're just gonna... I think we're just gonna leave this as is, and we're gonna commit it next time. But we're just gonna push at least. I think we're gonna call it here for the stream. Yeah, I'm tired of trying to think about this. I need to be fresh for it. So yeah, thank you all so much for showing up today. Like the stream if you haven't, sub to the channel if you haven't, join the Discord if you haven't. Hopefully we make more B jokes there. That would be a good time. Also my GitHub sponsors is down in the description. Give me money or don't. It's up to you. Yeah, I have a couple socials down there. Feel free to add me. Yeah, I guess that's enough rambling out of me. Yeah, I'm glad you spotted that one. But yeah. I'm gonna go enjoy my evening now. Take care, y'all. Take it easy. And I will see you all either tomorrow or Sunday. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. Take care. See you all.